Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. We are finishing up installation of these water co-filters, and as you can see, we're assembling the 4-inch butterfly valves from Asahi. These are the Pool Pro valves, and we are using 3/16-inch stainless steel hardware on all of these. So they should be getting 5/8-inch bolts with washers and stainless steel washers and stainless steel nuts on the stainless steel bolts, and they'll all be torqued to 25 pounds or foot-pounds of torque once we get them together and onto the assembly. Now, we were originally planning to plumb these with 4x4x3 T's. So that would be the two openings on the end would be 4-inch and the center opening would be 3-inch. Unfortunately, our plumbing supply managed to send us 4x4x4 T's and bushings, which is what we didn't want because it adds a leak point, but they work just fine. It's just a little bit more labor, a little more cost on the parts. And then, of course, 10, 15 years from now, that's a leak point that could be very difficult to fix, but they're going to be just fine for our purposes here. And so we're using our C65 or C70, I'm sorry, clear primer and a 705 clear glue, which is good for Schedule 40 fittings up to 4-inch, which is what we're using here. And so we went ahead and we've got our 6 T's put together with the bushing in the middle, and we're ready to start getting the tandem assembly installed. First things first, got to get a little pipe to connect to these filters. So we're making some rough cuts here just to put a section of pipe stubbed out of the filter inlet and outlet that we showed you in the previous video. Those 3-inch compression fittings, or unions rather, are going to have these 3-inch pipes sticking out of them, which will then go into those 4-inch T's that we installed the bushings on. So we're going to get these glued in, make sure we hold them in place. And this is not the final length. We've put a little extra pipe on each one because the ground may not be perfectly level. While that pad was poured and troweled nice and level, it is many years old, and so we wouldn't want a small deviation on where the filter needs to sit result in the pipes not lining up properly. So by giving ourselves a little extra pipe, we'd be able to set a filter closer or further away so that they're all nice and level. And now we'll go ahead and get these T's on the filters, at least the first two. You'll notice that we aren't putting the 4-inch pipe on these T's first, and that's because the line in between the two filters may not need to be parallel to the gravitational pull of the Earth. So just putting these T's straight on the pipe first might result in an angle that doesn't want to line up across all 3 points. So we're going to get these T's on there first, and we'll actually measure between the sockets for the T's, and that will allow us to cut a piece of pipe the right length and make sure that the T's are at a perfect angle. Well, just like the ALCS, this series isn't over. We'll see you next time.